right, let's look at these confirmation hearings now. I really want to see. You know, it sucks, man. Like we never got to finish the Pete Hegseth one, which was absolutely nuts. It was crazy because they were like an hour and 30 minutes of top moments from that. I've got two of these RFK videos. One is like 2.5 hours. That might be the whole thing. But there's a top moments one from the national desk, which I don't know if that sounds racist, but who knows? It's like 15 moments. It's top moments it's like 15 minutes long. Let's see what that looks like. Because we are going to absolutely be having the Black Plague again with RFK in this position. That's a factory. Well, let's see.
The receipts show that Mr. Kennedy has embraced conspiracy theories, quacks, charlatans, especially when it comes to the safety and efficacy of vaccines. He has made it his life's work to sow doubt and discourage parents from getting their kids life-saving vaccines. It has been lucrative for him and put him on the verge of immense power.
President Trump stated Mr. Kennedy will restore these agencies to the traditions of gold standard scientific research and beacons of transparency and end the chronic disease epidemic and make America great and healthy again. Before you give your opening statement, Mr. Kennedy, I have 4 obligatory questions that we ask all nominees before this committee. First, is there anything that you are aware of in your background that might present a conflict of interest with the duties of the office to which you have been nominated?
All right. No, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. Do you know
Listen, nothing was funny about that. Nothing at all. What I will say is that when the mic didn't turn on and they started talking, I was like, thank God. And then when it turned on, I was like, I know exactly what this is going to sound like. And it sounded worse. That's crazy. It's going to be a long 15 minutes.
Know of any reason, personal or otherwise, that would in any way prevent you from fully and honorably discharging the responsibilities of the office to which you have been nominated?
No, I do not.
Do you agree without reservation to respond to any reasonable summons to appear and testify before any duly constituted committee of Congress if you are confirmed?
Yes, I do.
And finally, do you commit to providing a prompt response in writing to any questions addressed to you by any senator of this committee?
You know, Joe, I'm glad you pointed out. Mr. Crapo is a fucking insane name. What? This is a simulation. This is a simulation. There is not a real world where Robert Kennedy Jr. sounding like he was face fucked by a cigarette is being questioned by Chairman Mr. Crapo. Nah.
Yes, I do. News reports have claimed that I'm anti-vaccine or anti-industry. I am neither. I am pro-safety.
We'll have order. Please proceed, Mr. Kennedy.
I am pro-safety. I worked for years to raise awareness about the mercury and toxic chemicals in fish, and nobody called me anti-fish. And I believe that that vaccines play a critical role in healthcare. All of my kids are vaccinated. I've written many books on vaccines. My first book in 2014 The first line of it is, I am not anti-vaccine, and the last line is, I am not anti-vaccine.
Now listen. Mace, what were we just talking about on the phone? Dolph protests too much. Dolph doing a lot of protesting. I just don't know that you need to. I don't think that you need to start and end your book exactly like that. Yeah, I mean, it's like the niggas who are like, I am not racist. I'm not racist. Okay? I told you at the beginning of this conversation. I'm going to tell you in this conversation. I'm not a racist, folks. Joe said nobody called him any fish. You're right. No one did call him any fish. You know what I mean? They didn't call him a blue fish, a red fish, two fish. I don't actually know that story. I don't have kids, so yeah, I mean, I only know top tier Seuss. You know what I mean? Like the Grinch. Yeah, I mean, real nigga shit.
I don't want to. I want to emphasize
Mr. Kennedy, the facts. The facts.
The committee will be in order. And to the audience.
Hold on for a second, Mr. Kennedy. To the audience. Comments from the audience are inappropriate and out of order.
In my advocacy, I've often disturbed the status quo by asking uncomfortable questions. Well, I'm not going to apologize for that. We have massive health problems in this country that we must face honestly. And the first thing I've done every morning for the past 20 years is to get on my knees and pray to God that he would put me in a position to end the chronic disease epidemic and to help America's children.
The nominee wrote a book.
He sounded like he was hard when he said that. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. He sounded like he about to cry. Yeah, that's what happened when you listen. I don't actually know what happened to his throat, but he sounded crazy. You know what I mean? Buddy, you have a health problem.
Saying that people had been misled into believing that measles.
Dare, why don't you calm the fuck down? How about that? Why don't you if it was ableist to do it, do an RFK impression. If it was ableist. No, I can't. You gotta know your strengths, man.
Measles is a deadly disease. He's trying now to play down his role in Samoa. That's not what the parents say. That's not what Governor Green says. It's time to make sure that we blow the whistle on actually what your views are. At least we're starting.
We need to move
Senator,
on.
I support the measles vaccine. I support the polio vaccine. I will do nothing as HHS secretary that makes it difficult or discourages people from taking either of those
Anybody
vaccines.
who believes that ought to look at the measles book you wrote saying parents have been misled into believing that measles is a deadly disease. That's not true.
So I'm asking you, yes or no, Mr. Kennedy. Did you say that COVID-19 was a genetically engineered bioweapon that targets black and white people, but spared Ashkenazi Jews and Chinese people?
Nigga, what? Listen, this is the look on your face. This is the look on your face when your girl asks you one of them questions like, yo, did you try to fuck my best friend? And like, you know that the only reason she would ask that question is because she know you did in fact try to fuck her best friend because her best friend told her. And now you got to try to come up with a believable lie. I don't think he got it in him. Yeah, I mean, he don't really got that lie dog in him. Yeah, I mean. Let me take that back. I need to hear that. That's crazy.
Asking you, yes or no, Mr. Kennedy. Did you say that COVID-19 was a genetically engineered bioweapon that targets black and white people, but spared Ashkenazi Jews and Chinese people?
I didn't say it was deliberately targeted. I just quoted an NIH-funded and NIH published study.
Did you say that it targets
Wait. Hold on. Hold on. I've never seen a nigga be like pro black white unification, but like anti-Chinese and anti-Semitic. I've never seen that. That's a crazy combination. Damn, this nigga playing fucking chess while y'all playing checkers. Also, it's so crazy to be like it's so crazy to be like, yeah, it was targeting black people and white people. I didn't say it was on purpose. Nigga, what the fuck are you hey, nigga, I never accidentally targeted Nathan. You know what I mean? What are we talking about? This is crazy.
it's black and white people, but spared Ashkenazi Jews?
I
and
quoted a
Chinese?
study, Your
Okay.
Honor. I quoted
So
an NIH study that showed that
I'll take that as a
certain
yes.
races
I have
are
to move on,
disproportionately-
I have to move on. Did you say that Lyme disease is highly likely a materially engineered bioweapon? I made sure I put in the highly likely. Did you say Lyme disease is a highly likely militarily engineered bioweapon?
I probably did say that.
Did you say that?
And that's what
You know what's cool about this? These are conspiracies I never even heard of before. Yeah, I mean, like I've only ever heard of like vaccines, like I don't know, fucking making your kids gay or autistic or whatever. Like boring shit. Yeah, I mean, I've never heard of no nigga be like, well, Your Honor, Lyme disease is a genetically engineered bioweapon aimed to kill Blasians. I've never heard that before. That's crazy. That is actually crazy. Wow. And you know what's so crazy? Like, what a trash bioweapon if, like, that's what Lyme disease was. You know what I mean? Like, that's crazy. I don't even know what Lyme disease does. I know it ain't knocking niggas out. You know what I mean? Yeah, did you like that? Did you like that impression?
But,
The developer of
I
Lyme
want all
disease
of our
said-
colleagues to hear it, Mr. Kennedy. I want them to hear it. You said yes. Did you say that exposure?
What?
I just wanted to say the other day when you took out the trash, it was pretty nice. I also forgot to say that I put a baby bear in there, just its corpse. I took its claws and made a necklace. Okay, goodbye.
You know what's crazy? That's an actual good impression. So you do know what a good impression is. You just don't know what a good Trump impression is. All
I
right.
said, RFK, he's gotta be our guy. He's so crazy, it just might work.
Folks, I don't know who that was. It was a Latino man. Was he Mexican? Who's to tell? Who can know? He's going to Mexico regardless, folks. Now that's a Trump, you know what I mean? That's a Trumpito.
Exposure to pesticides causes children to become transgender.
No, I never said that.
Okay, I have the record that I'll give to the
Wait. Bro, I gotta like tap the fuck in because every other sentence is the most insane shit I've ever heard. That's crazy. Hold on.
causes children to become transgender. Hear it, Mr. Kennedy. I want them to hear it. You said yes. Did you say that exposure to pesticides causes children to become transgender?
No, I never said that.
Okay, I have the record that I'll give to the chairman, and he can make his judgment about what you said. Did you write in your book, and I...
Bro, what? Pesticides are making the children transgender. Damn. Wow. Now listen, I want to be clear that the Blue Broadcast, on a very serious note, is a gay and trans inclusive space. It's a safe space for our gay and our trans community members. So like I'm not making light of this. This is just so fucking insane. I can't even wrap my head around what the fuck is going on right now. Like, what do you mean the pesticides are making our kids trans? Nigga, what? Wow. I thought that they're turning the frickin' frogs gay was like peak, you know what I mean? Nope. Wow. That's incredible, honestly. Kudos.
It's undeniable that African AIDS is an entirely different disease from Western AIDS. Yes or no, Mr. Kennedy?
I'm not sure if I made that.
Okay, I'll give it to the chairman, Mr. Kennedy, and my final question.
What does that mean? What does that actually mean? African AIDS is entirely different from Western AIDS. Listen, I love I love that he's like, I don't recall saying that at all. He's like, don't worry, I got the text message, my nigga. I got it. I'm not really, I'm asking you to see if you're gonna tell the truth. You know what I mean? That's crazy. He would be bad at cheating on his wife.
Did you say on a podcast, and I quote, I wouldn't leave abortion, to the states. My belief is we should leave it to the woman. We shouldn't have the government involved, even if it's full term. Did you say that, Mr. Kennedy?
Senator, I believe that every abortion is a tragedy.
Did you say it, Mr. Kennedy? This
believe-
matters. It doesn't matter what you come here and say that isn't true, that's not reflective of what you really believe, that you haven't said over decade after decade after decade, because unlike other jobs we're confirming around this place, this is a job where it is life and death for the kids that I used to work for in the Denver public schools and for families all over this country that are suffering from living in the richest country of the world that can't deliver basic health care and basic mental health care to them. It's too important for the games that you're playing, Mr. Kennedy. And I hope my colleagues will say to the president, I have no influence over him. I hope my colleagues will say to the president, out of 330 million Americans, we can do better than this.
God damn. He cooked him. Damn. This nigga ran for president too. That first go in 2016. Wow. He cooked him. He's right. And you know what's so crazy? It's like that's a good take. You know what I mean? Like you have a good, like, that's a good take. You know what I mean? Like the one good medical take he has, he's like, nah, I don't know, man. Like, that's so, bro, like, and so like, and this is the thing, right? Like how do I know what the fuck you believe? You know what I mean? Like how do I know what you really believe? Because like, if you're a crank and you believe all this nut ass shit about vaccines and health, but you really believe that shit, you know what I mean? Like, okay, but like, I'm sure you really believe that comment about abortion, and you have, because of your new political affiliation, have decided to just throw that shit away. So you don't believe in anything. That's crazy. You know, like, your father and your uncle, like, they died for like actual things that they believed in. You know what I mean? That's crazy. Joe said it's like Trump beats them with a belt when they have independent thoughts. You're 100% right. You're 100% right. And it's so, and you know, and same thing with Trump. Like Trump don't give a fuck about abortions. Like Trump is like, oh, the Heritage Fund says I care about this. Okay, whatever. Yeah, I mean, it's like it's a bunch of niggas who don't care about shit beating it into other niggas who don't care about shit, and it's all coming down from like literal Christian white nationalists. That's where it's coming from. These beliefs that the Republican Party holds are being fed into the mind of a soulless, money-hungry monster who is, without care, thought, or consideration, beating it into their subordinates and these other politicians. And the person above it all is a organization of think tanks run by right-wing Christian white supremacist nationalists. Like, that's what it comes down to. Crazy. If it ain't money related, it don't matter. That's a fucking fact. There, I didn't even see you said I feel like RFK is Connor from Succession, only worse physically. So you say that, but like I feel like RFK be laying that thing down. You know what I mean? You know, like for what God took in his voice, he gave in stamina, if you know what I mean. You know.
Well, Medicaid is not working for Americans, and it's specifically not working for the target population. Most Americans, like myself, I'm on Medicare Advantage, and I'm very happy with it. Most people who are on Medicaid are not happy. The premiums are too high, the deductibles are too high, the networks are narrow, the best doctors will not accept it in the best hospitals. And particularly, Medicaid was originally designed for a target population of the poorest Americans. It's now been dramatically expanded. And the irony of the expansion is that the poorest Americans are now being robbed. Their services have dramatically decreased, even though we've increased the price of Medicare by 60% over the last 4 years. The target population is being robbed.
With that said,
great. Cool. You know what, Robert, you're tapped in. Medicare for all. Medicare for all. What if here's an idea, a crazy idea. What if we systematically and methodically dismantle the American healthcare system? What if we, with a hammer and sickle, destroy this institution of rapacious middlemen that build layer upon layer of cost-sucking measures in order to enrich themselves off of the back of you will literally fucking die if you don't get it? What if we had a system in which every American citizen gets health care and is paid fully by the government, and this system is paid into by everyone via their taxes? What if we did that? Or what if we free fucking Luigi Mangione? I guess you can choose. I know what I'd pick. But I'm a Luigi fangirl, so, you know.
Options. I agree with President Trump that every abortion is a tragedy. I agree with him that we cannot be a moral nation if we have 1.2 million abortions a year. I agree with him that the states should control abortion. President Trump has told me.
Mace, is that Cheryl Hines? Is like from Curb? Am I going crazy? Dan, are you in chat? Is that Is that Cheryl? Am I tripping? Like, this looks like a woman that is absolutely too attractive to be married to Larry David type. Yeah, maybe I'm bugging out. Not all blonde. It does look like her, right? Yo, first of all, let me tell you something about. Listen. Larry David was worried about getting the pubic hair caught down his throat. Me? Yeah, I mean, I call it an after dinner snack, you know what I'm talking about?
Dude, they're married, bro.
RFK and Cheryl Hines are married?
I didn't know. Yeah. Doinkles talks about
Cheryl!
I had no idea.
Let me tell you something. I know he laying that deck down on Cheryl Hines. Like, I would. It's so crazy that Cheryl Hines in real life is married to a Larry David type who probably used to kind of be built like Ted Danson, if you think about it. That's crazy. Wait, is Cheryl? No, I was Cheryl Hines isn't a Republican, but I guess RFK wasn't a Republican until he realized this is the only way he can get into government. Wow, that's crazy. You think RFK ever tried to fight Larry David? Yeah, for sure. Wow. Well, damn. Hey. Raw. Next question.
That he wants to end late-term abortions, and he wants to protect conscious exemptions, and that he wants to end federal funding for abortions here or abroad. That's Title 10. I serve at the pleasure of the president. I'm going to implement his policies.
So here's an easy question.
My nigga said, I don't believe in that, but if daddy tell me to do it, I'm going to do it. I'm going to fucking do it. I promise. I'm going to do it. Wow. Sheesh.
Will you commit that when you leave this job, you will not accept compensation from a drug company, a medical device company, a hospital system, or a health insurer for at least 4 years, including as a lobbyist or a board member?
Can you just repeat the last part of the question? Can I commit
You're
to
not going
what?
to take money from drug companies in any way, shape, or form.
Who? Me?
Yes, you.
Oh, yeah, I'm happy to commit to that.
Okay, I want to know if you will commit right now that not only will you not go to work for drug companies, you won't go to work suing the drug companies and taking your rake out of that while you're a secretary and for 4 years after. It's just...
I'll commit to not taking any fees from drug companies while I'm secretary.
No. I'm asking about fees from suing drug companies. Will you agree not to do that?
You're asking me to not sue drug companies,
No,
and I'm not going to agree to that,
drug
Senator.
companies as much as you want.
I'm not going to agree to not sue drug companies or anybody.
And I'm asking you to commit right now that you will not take a financial stake in every one of those lawsuits so that what you do as secretary will also benefit you financially down the line.
I'll comply with all the ethical guidelines.
That's not the question. You and I, you have said
You're asking me, Senator, you're asking me not to sue vaccine pharmaceutical companies. Yeah, you are. That's exactly what you're doing.
Look, no one should be fooled here. As Secretary of HHS, Robert Kennedy will have the power to undercut vaccines and vaccine manufacturing across our country. And for all of his talk about follow the science and his promise that he won't interfere with those of us who want to vaccinate his kids, the bottom line is the same. Kennedy can kill off access to vaccines and make millions of dollars while he does it. Kids might die, but Robert Kennedy can keep cashing in.
Senator,
She ate him. She ate that boy live. Boy, listen. damn. See, that's why we love Liz around here, man. You know, she's not perfect, but we love Liz. She ate that boy. God damn. Damn. Wow.
Support vaccines. I support the childhood schedule. I will do that. The only thing I want is good science, and that's it.
I think the gist of what you're trying to say today is
My GOAT, my grandfather, you know what I mean? Poppy Sanders, you know what I mean? The one, the only, you know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah, she's standing out too. Yeah, absolutely. Listen. First of all, you know Bernie about to go crazy. Bernie's like, nigga, I will fight you. Yeah, you know what I mean?
you're really pro-vaccine, you want to ask questions. You have started a group called the Children's Health Defense. You're the originator. Right now, as I understand it, on their website, they are selling what's called onesies. These are little things, close.
Yo, and this is why this is my motherfucking king. Yeah, I mean, this is why no fucking politician in the last 6 years has ever come up with the big fucking sack of nuts as Bernard Sanders. Yeah, I mean, this nigga. Let me tell you something. This is putting niggas on the Summer Jam screen right here. This nigga brought out a printout from the website and said, hey, yeah, I hear you talking about you gonna support vaccines. Yo, let me ask you a question real quick. You're like the head and president of like this organization, right? You're proud to do that, right? You like that. No, you like that shit. Yeah, word. Is this on your website? Unvaxxed, unafraid, a onesie for a baby? That baby can't read. Unvaxxed, no problem. Is that what you got on your website? I just want to make sure I'm understanding things. Yeah, I'm old. You know what I mean? I don't read so good no more. You know what I mean? I'm a grandfather. You know what I mean? Maybe I want to get a onesie for my grandchildren. My great-grandchildren even. That's crazy. This is my fucking GOAT, man. God damn. Joe said RFK turn and everything. He's kidding. Really, yeah, for sure. He about to get a bag. It is absolutely all for personal profit.
Clothing for babies. One of them is titled Unvaxxed, Unafraid. Next one, and they're sold for $26 a piece, by the way. Next one.
First of all, $26 is nuts. Let me tell you what I love. Let me tell you. Hey, listen. This hey when you two best friends and you about to get in and y'all been ready to get into a nigga ass all day, Joe. This is me and your mother. Yeah, you know what I mean, yeah. Bernie and Liz, we're ready. Yeah, I mean, ready to get in that ass real quick. You know. Joe said that baby isn't gonna grow up to be able to read, man. Fuck.
This one is no vax, no problem. Now you're coming before this committee and you say you're pro-vaccine. Just want to ask some questions. And yet your organization is making money selling a child's product to parents for $26, which casts fundamental doubt on the usefulness of vaccines. Can you tell us now that you will, now that you are pro-vaccine, that you're going to have your organization take these products off the market?
Senator, I have no power over that organization. I'm not part of it. I resigned from the board.
Yeah, that was just a few months ago. You founded that. You certainly have power. You can make that call. Are you supportive of this?
I've had nothing to do with leadership.
Are you supportive of these onesies?
I'm supportive of vaccines.
Are you supportive of this clothing, which is militantly anti-vaccine?
Yeah.
I am supportive of vaccines.
Right.
I will. I want good science, and I want to protect.
But you will not tell the organization you founded not to continue selling that product. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Yeah. First of all, that's my motherfucking GOAT right there. That's my motherfucking GOAT. Yeah, I mean, let me tell you something. Yeah, I mean, like, y'all niggas don't understand how much I love this man. Yeah, I mean, like, I didn't listen. I didn't cry when Carter died, but I probably will when Bernie does. You understand, nigga? And if I dropped a tear for everything he fought for, everything he showed us, I'd be standing in a puddle. You know what I mean? I'll never fucking forgive. I'll never forgive the Democratic Party for being the reason why we are not sending off after 2 terms the greatest president to ever live, Bernard Sanders. I will never fucking forgive the Democratic Party. I will never forgive Barack Obama. I will never forgive fucking Nancy Pelosi. I will never forgive Adam Schiff. I will never forgive Chuck Schumer. I will never ever forgive the DNC for taking that from us. Ever. These people never answer the question, what is our politics anymore? Money. Putting unvax on a motherfucking baby onesie. That's it.
We're having epidemics of all these chronic illnesses, autoimmune diseases, neurological diseases, allergic diseases, obesity. When my uncle was president, 3% of Americans were obese. Today, 74% of Americans are obese or overweight. No other country has anything like this.
First of all, I'm an overbeast. You know what I'm talking about? Real one.
In Japan, the obesity rate is still 3%. And epidemics are not caused by genes. Genes may provide the vulnerability, but you need an environmental toxin. Something is poisoning the American people. And we know that the primary culprits are changing food supply, the switch to highly chemical intensive processed foods. We have 10,000 ingredients in our country, in our foods. The Europeans have only 400. If you buy McDonald's French fries in our country, there's 11 ingredients, my understanding. In Europe, there's only 3. If you buy Fruit Loops in our country, they're loaded with food dyes, with yellow dye, red dye, blue dye, and many other ingredients. The same company makes the same product with different ingredients for Canada and Europe. And at age, we don't have good science on all these things. And that is deliberate. That's a deliberate choice not to study the things that are truly making us sick, that are not only contributing to chronic disease, but to mortalities from infectious disease. We need to get a handle on this, because if we don't, it's an existential threat. Our country is not going to be destroyed because we get the marginal tax rate wrong, or because we get one of these culture war issues that we've been talking about today wrong. It's going to be destroyed if we continue down this trajectory of chronic disease. We need to fix our food supply, and that's the number one. Farmers are using seeds and chemicals that are, over the long term, are costing them and us. And what we need to do is we need to support the farmers. We need the farmers as partners if we're going to make them work. And I don't want a single farmer to go out of business under our watch. I don't regulate farms. If I'm privileged to be confirmed, I'm not regulating farms. That's under USDA. But I want to partner with all of my decisions with USDA and with the farm community to make sure that we don't lose more farmers in this country.
Let me see. Joe said, none of your money's going to matter when everyone starts taking after Luigi. Yeah, let me tell you something, man. Gilded ages are cured by guillotines, you know. And then Dare said, so we should listen to the rest of the world about nutrition, but nothing else. Sounds like just securing a healthy Reich. Yeah, it's absolutely crazy. And that's what I was saying. I think this sound was out, but like, listen, even if he's right on some of that stuff, like, those are small edge issues compared to the full girth of what the problem is, right? And ultimately it starts to feel like you're just trying to distract us from the real issues. Like yeah, that shit is a problem, but like not a bigger problem than not having fucking healthcare. You know, sorry, it's just not. It's just not. You know, fucking A. Crazy. Fucking RFK. That guy's a fucking nut.